All right, so here's the young upstart, Raul Rosas Jr. I'm not sure that any fighter has taken this fan base and this sport by storm the way this 18-year-old has over the last 12 months.
18 years old, John. That just speaks to where the game is going. And Raul Rosas Jr. is at the head of it. He's at the forefront. He's a kid that started off as a striker, but once he wrestled someone and got really stuck, he realized he needed to round out the skills. He had to be about 12 years old. So we are now seeing the next level of mixed martial arts, and it starts with this young man right here.
His popularity has absolutely soared. The question beckons, though, how good is Raul Rosas Jr. now relative to his fighting prime? We should get some answers in the octagon here tonight. All right, so here's the undisputed UFC lightweight champion and one of the very best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Islam Makhachev. You trained alongside this man for years. He has every skill in the book, and the X factor tonight is that has Brewer in his corner.
Yeah, that's one of his brothers, is what they call him. Islam Makhachev, though, is the guy that really does strike fear in so many lightweights' minds. He's a guy that possesses wrestling ability. He's a guy that possesses striking ability. The grappling is second to none. And just his size and physicality is so difficult to deal with. He is a tremendous fighter, and he will be pushed even more forward with the presence of his good friend, Hasbulla.
You do wonder, though, if the opposing corner is a little bit intimidated given Hasbulla's presence in the Makhachev corner. Islam Makhachev has stepped inside the octagon and is ready to fight. Our tale of the tape for this lightweight championship fight. We send it inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Raul El Niño Problema Rosas Jr. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, so here we are back in one of America's most underrated sports cities. Good to have you with us from Houston, Texas tonight inside Toyota Center. And this is the site of one of your biggest and I know most signature wins of your career against Gus back in 2015.
One of the biggest fights of my life was when I beat Alexander Gustafsson at UFC 192 when I retained my championship. One of the hardest fights of my entire life. The Toyota Center is a great fighter. Beautiful job getting those hands up.
All right, gets inside, gets the single collar tie here.
Huge knee lands from the rope. Oh, he did a great job of rotating him into an underhook. Straight punch lands.
Islam Makhachev gets the takedown. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position.
Oh, nice.
just over 3 minutes to go in our first round. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here.
Oh, now he's attacking arm triangle.
Oh, that looks tight. Oh, favoring position over submission.
Very smart decision. You never want to value the submission over keeping dominant position. Big ground and pound.
Really good job to land these strikes from top position. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure. Makhachev's in half guard. A lot of top pressure being applied here. Under 2 minutes now to go. Makhachev's able to make a nice transition there back into side control.
Setting up another submission.
Oh, good technique there. He's got the triangle choke locked in. Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth. The submission defense wins this transition.
Can't get it. Good awareness by the defensive fighter. Well, to this point in the fight, it has been all lightweight champion Islam Makhachev, and a lot of the casual fans don't necessarily appreciate all the nuance that goes with his grappling.
Yeah, there are so many different levels to the grappling. That's why you see him submit some of the best fighters in the world, from Drew Dober to Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira, the greatest submission artist in UFC history. Islam submitted him. His top pressure is very heavy. His control, his ability to move between positions is insanely high level. Tonight, he has been able to do that, and that is why Islam has been so successful in the octagon.
Take a seat. Deep breath and listen to me. All right, you did awesome that round. You're real close to getting those submissions. I want you to stay a little bit tighter.
All right, a lot of tremendous striking action in that last round, DC. I know you don't have a telestrator, but take us through the replay.
I mean, I would love to have my telestrator right now. That was a great display of high-level mixed martial arts striking. Both combatants stood toe-to-toe and let it all hang out.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here we go with round two.
You got the turtle in that kick.
Big right hook coming, it's blocked. Rosas Jr. gets caught by the inside leg kick. A few more, and that'll leave him up.
He gets to the single collar tie. Look at him wear on his opponent by pulling the head down. Oh, my God.
Oh, lands a hip toss to get him down. That can't feel good. All right, so he's got the ground and pound game going here. All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are, because it's dangerous, but there are a lot of outs, and if a person isn't very understanding of that, then you can really, really put some damage on him.
Moving his head pretty well defensively on the ground here. All right, great position for him here. He's got the full mount. See if he can get that ground and pound going.
Oh, he's got to get it going, but he can't rush. A lot of times, guys get in the full mount and they rush, they get nervous. They're like, oh my goodness, I'm winning. Reality is, you're winning, but it can change in a matter of seconds, because then they can be gone. He's got to drop his hips, be really heavy at the opponent's base, and then just start to work. Make the opponent give his back so that he can try to get his chokes off, or find great ground and pound, but very patient ground and pound from such a dominant position. Now he's got good body position, yup.
All right, dominant position for him here, full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you gotta start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent.
You need to work on this position.
He's got to be careful here. He's using a lot of good movement.
Oh,
Fight
big
back.
elbow.
Fight back.
Posture's up now. That's a vicious head strike. How'd he take it? Nice movement to avoid some of those strikes from the top. All right, inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have 2 hands in or 2 hands out. Or guys start to attack triangle.
All right, that's the end of round number 2.
All right, take a seat for me, bud. Deep breath. Let's get that heart rate down. All right, you with me? Good. Beautiful round. You definitely won that round. I want you.
All right, let's look back at some of the action, DC. Your good friend Mark Coleman, the godfather of the ground and pound, would be proud.
He'd be very proud. He'd be very proud with the way that he showed his ability to use his ground and pound. He didn't waste any action. He did everything he needed to do. He was able to posture. He was able to control risk. He did everything perfectly in his approach in that ground and pound sequence.
Round 3 of a possible 5.
Oh, great entry.
Dominant position here. He's got the full mount. A lot of different ways he can go here. Maybe try to find an arm bar or just get the ground and pound.
He can attack submission, but those submissions will present themselves once he is landing that brutal ground and pound he is known for. Because then his opponent will start to get a little bit desperate to get out from under him, which will then in turn leave arms dangling, or he'll turn to his knees and get choked out.
Well, he grounded him, and now he's trying to pound him out. Great ground strikes here. Another ground and pound strike lands. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Well, his grappling has been on point thus far, and don't think he's going to slow down. He can keep up this pace through the whole fight.
Especially when he's on top, in the top position, where he's controlling the exchanges, controlling the transitions. He can do it with his eyes closed. This is something he's been doing since he was a young man.
Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does. This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no take.
Really using his physicality to his advantage now.
He lifted up the neck and snuck his arm underneath to try to get a choke.
Oh, gives up on the submission now. We'll see where he goes from here. Makhachev's back in full mount.
Oh, he got to his spot.
Oh, huge elbow. He's very close to the finish here. Seconds winding down. That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds. All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure, but nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. All right, they attend to the fighter on the stool, and I guess if you are going to be cut open, cheek ain't a bad place for it.
Yeah, it's the best spot, right? You never want to be cut. You never want to be bleeding. But if it's on the cheek, It's as good of a spot as it can be. But you still got to do something different, though, because even though the blood isn't going in your eye, every time you get hit there, it's horrible.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go. You can feel the tension. Fourth round is underway. We'll see who has the upper hand.
You feel it.
Big strike lands.
Big strike lands. Now he looks to try to chase down that finish. Oh, beautiful level change.
And dizzy as he looks to improve position here.
Oh, nice right hand by the champ, yeah.
All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Makhachev's able to transition back to side control now. All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are, because it's dangerous, but there are a lot of outs, and if a person isn't very understanding of that, then you can really, really put some damage on them.
Well, that swelling, folks, is not from sodium. That is from a serious ground and pound attack from his opponent. Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Oh, big shots raining down. Makhachev's going for a choke. Oh, he's in trouble here, DC.
He's got the triangle with a lot of pressure going down on his opponent. Inside control, you got a ton of options. He goes knees on belly.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Islam Makhachev.
Nice transition.
Makhachev's back to the side control now. Oh, he's got him in the crucifix now. A lot of body weight from the top position. If you're on bottom here, this is not a good place.
You have got to free one arm. You cannot worry about both of them. Get one free and then start building towards doing something else. But the first step is to get an arm free to start trying to be able to defend yourself. You have nothing blocking your face when you're in this position.
Oh, Rosas Jr.'s tough as it gets, but that eye is downright nasty at this point in time, and you've got to wonder, given all the swelling, if that might even be a fractured orbital. Not good for Lim.
I'll stop this. You better fight back.
Under 20 seconds now to go.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
20 minutes down, potentially 5 to go. All right, heading back to the corner, and Rosas Jr.'s eye is wearing it, folks. Visible damage. Now looks like it might even be completely shut, so we'll see if the cut man can do anything about it, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the doctor stop this fight here between rounds. All right, so back to the stools we go. They say defense wins championships, and he has not defended well tonight.
He isn't trying, or at least it doesn't seem like he's trying. He has got to move his head. He's trying to react when the punch is already coming, and that's not working. If he takes many more of these shots, this fight is going to be stopped due to the swell.
Fifth and final round. Lands a jab.
Good jab there by the champion. He turned his entire body into that uppercut and it landed exactly as he was hoping for. Oh, nice takedown, yep.
Makhachev's got his hand looking for a guillotine choke.
He's getting very close to finishing the submission.
Oh, great submission defense.
Good work. I'm going to stand this up.
It's hard to think about a fight in his career in which he has absorbed this amount of damage. His face is essentially shut.
Unrecognizable. He's unrecognizable. That is as close to the term that I can say. This guy does not look like the guy that walked into the octagon early. He made a lot of mistakes early, and they're ultimately costing him right now as we've gotten longer in the fight.
Under 3 minutes now to go round 5. Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here.
In the half guard.
Like that! Like that!
Rosas Jr.'s right back to the full mount. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Oh, not at all where he wants to be now as he gets flattened on his back. Really maximizing his shots here on the ground. Oh, nice job to split his guard and get the ground strike home again. All right, so look at that. A cut has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut.
Might be a submission attempt here, champ.
I mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities. Gotta be careful, armbar.
Oh, he's got that arm tight now.
He's starting to get it in there deep. Another strike lands right to that targeted spot. The swelling continues to get worse, and I would not be surprised if the referee calls in the ringside position to take a look.
Oh, he's out!
He actually escaped. Look, I gotta stop writing these dudes obituaries, man. I always think they're done. Surprise me.
Final 10 seconds of the fight.
Like that!
All right, so an epic 25-minute championship fight here tonight, and it seems like the incumbent has done enough to retain his title.
They say every time you're fighting, when you're the champion, you get the biggest, baddest guy in the entire world. So, of course, it's going to be close. But I believe the champ did just enough to retain his title.
The official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 50-44. Declared the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.